get started, man. Yo, look, hey, this is Joe the Crook chopping it up. We here, man. Y'all see what's going on, man. I just switched up, you know what I'm saying? I elevated, you know what I'm saying, the clientele that I put in front of this camera right now, y'all. This is not one of your typical local rappers, local DJs. I'm not doing that right now. Right now, this is a special guest right here. I can't say that too often, man. This is a special guest, man. I'm
flattered.
I mean, this is more than just a guest, man. This is one of my homies, man, from back in the Gap, man.
Ooh, long time ago, right?
I'm talking about. I mean, I was a child, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back when I had hoop dreams. You know what I'm saying?
And me too.
Yeah, and you done elevated to the man that's standing in front of me right now. So. I'm
so magnanimous.
Yeah, I'm here to study this, man. I'm here to do my due diligence and figure out how I'm trying to.
Well, welcome to the master class today. We're gonna do a master class, and we're gonna get into it. And we hope you guys that are watching are very excited.
Yeah.
I am, very. I feel very blessed to be here to see my friend doing things that makes him happy. And you remember, guys, always remember this. It's already starting. You got to be happy, not because everything is good, but because you see the good in everything. I'm saying it again. You have to be happy, not because everything is good, but because you see the good in everything. That's very essential.
Church.
That's very important. And like I said, I'm very excited to be here today and to give valuable information, what I believe is valuable information to your channel and to your audience and to your people and to people all around the world.
Man, that's a blessing, man. So, man, I appreciate this, man. I appreciate getting the time, man, because, right before I get into everything, man, I just want to have a moment to give you thanks, man, because for many reasons. One particular is because our last encounter with each other, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew how powerful that was for me,
okay,
as a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, I tell y'all, we've came from a long time of friendship.
Yes.
To see this now, and for me to run into him the other day after asking him for an interview. This man, he seemed a little frustrated when he seen my presence. When he came to my presence, he seemed a little frustrated.
I was a little.
He definitely, tried to dismiss me.
I did.
Something I would not allow him to do because of who we are.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And he definitely let go of his frustration, man. And
tell them why, Josh. Tell them why.
Okay, so y'all, I'm on my run of doing interviews. I seen my man was in town.
Yes.
I DM'd him to schedule to get on him on the camera. Now, what happened was he asked me when I'm going to be free. And because of my hectic schedule and because of my irresponsibilities at times, I didn't respond to him messaging me. He took that very personally, y'all. He took it very personally. I could tell he took it very personally, and he expressed why he took it personally. And that's one of the important things I need people to understand is anybody, we can all have disagreements and anything like that, but sometimes we have to be able to be man enough to take that criticism and take when somebody is telling us things and not take it personal. So I made sure everything he said from that point on, don't take it personal, Josh. Let him tell you why he's upset.
Yeah.
And still try to push through and make something happen. And throughout that, I retained a good bit of knowledge. That was about a good 10-minute conversation.
Yeah, it was.
I retained a good bit of knowledge, man. Everything from treating somebody your stature to a higher regard. And giving you more of the respect to just do to at least respond when you don't even respond to people. I'm getting an interview. I got you in front of my camera right now, man.
Exactly. I don't do this. And I appreciate the veneration. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the veneration.
So with that, man, I he gave me, just a little rundown of how I should elevate my game of what he called journalism.
Yes, this is journalism.
Can we break that down a little bit real quick? Because I want to tell you, I blocked that part of knowledge my whole 2 years. Again, I'm a 2-year-old baby in this.
Yes.
This whole time I would tell people I'm not a journalist.
Yeah.
I'm not any of these things. I'm just somebody that likes to shed light on the things that I like in my life. So when you call me a journalist, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
I'm not around people that, I don't surround myself with anybody too much anymore, just based off of me being a dad.
Yeah.
But the fact that you came and gave me some gems that people around me every day don't give me.
Yeah.
Which is, you know what I'm saying, just being able to do homework, being able to take my craft more seriously. Anybody that walks around and see me, man, Josh, you do chopping it up. Good shit, man. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
And I get that all day long. So I go home and I go crazy because I'm like, I can't just be doing things right if everybody's showing me love.
Exactly.
Somebody has to have some type of constructive things to help me elevate my game. Other than that, I'm going to be stagnant.
Absolutely.
So with some of the tools that you gave me that day, man, I literally took that shit seriously.
For one, though, Josh, this is a masterclass, guys.
Yes, sir.
For one, you said that that you're still a baby at it, you're 2 years in. Well, always understand this, and this is not only for Josh, but anybody else out there, that the expert at anything was once a beginner. Right? That the expert at anything was once a beginner.
Okay. And
you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. And what I was expressing, when me and Josh were outside, we're Juneteenth, right? We're outside and we're talking. And I see Josh, and I'm like mad at Josh because I'm like, yo, I actually today, guys, I don't know when you guys are going to be watching this, but I actually had like 2 interviews already today. And not like over Zoom. I had one with Elizabeth Sutton, and the other one I can't say yet. But like I said, I'm busy, right? And I really I'm like, time is everything for me now, especially where my life is going and the people that I'm around, and like they're so like. Manage your time, and don't waste time with anybody that's wasting your time. So I developed this type of discipline to not waste my time and to value my time, because really that's the only thing we'll never get back, and that's another thing to think deeper. I feel like that's also a reason people hold on to memories so much, because it was a piece of time, and that memories never change. No matter what happened, your memories never change. If you there's a movie, I think it's called Eve Bayou.
Okay.
Jussie the Smollett, the Journey Smollett, I think her name. I know Samuel L. Jackson's in it, but there's a great quote. If you ever watch this movie, there's a great quote at the end and of the movie Eve's Bayou, and it says memory is a selection of images, some elusive, others printed indelibly on the brain. Each image is like a thread, right? Each image is like a thread, and each thread is woven together to make a tapestry of intricate textures. And that tapestry tells a story, and that story is our past, right? And that's very important to me, because that's a memory, and that's some time that I invested in. So I usually try to do something very constructive with my time, and if I'm going to do something with somebody that I love and I respect, that I'm going to give my time to, I want it to mean everything to the world. I want it to be valuable from now on. I want to put positive energy out. So when Josh didn't respond, I'm like, now you're wasting my time, and I value time a lot. So I'm telling Josh that he's doing a good job, but let's take it a step forward. And to anybody out there that's doing anything, like if you're doing journalism stuff, this is journalism. What you're doing is you're documenting a plethora of people, and I want you to, while saying, I want you to jump into it, to take it serious, to take it so serious, because I'm around people that take stuff serious. And there are journalists, like New York Times journalists, and they might not have started in the hip hop scene, but they started in somewhere else in New York, or even people in Miami and LA and Atlanta. I'm around people with prestige that do stuff. I even throw a Wayne Lawrence, look him up. He gave me he put me in MSNBC, my first article in MSNBC as a young Garifuna actor from Belize, Shout out to Wayne Lawrence, people of that caliber, So if I look up and I respect people of that caliber and show them the utmost veneration, I want the same for my peers that's contiguous to me, such as Josh. So that's what I was expressing what will come off as frustration towards you. But I just want the best for you, you know?
Nah, man. Hey, and again, bro, it wasn't taken the wrong way at all. Yeah. I don't know if you felt that way leaving that conversation. I hope not.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? Because that was everything I needed, man. Because again, I you know, sometimes I just need that motivation, you know, and sometimes it's about who you surround yourself by.
Yeah, we all do that.
Even if it's that little moment of us being together, that little moment just kind of it inspired me to, oh, Josh, you're not doing shit that you're supposed to be doing, regardless on how much people are migrating to what you do and they loving and respecting. You know, you have to be ahead of the curve, and I'm talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? I have to be ahead of the curve. I have to be, you know, wherever they think I'm at, I have to be 5 times ahead of where they think I'm at. So with that being said, I can't do that,
absolutely,
you know, without doing the proper due diligence of homework and studying and because I'm everywhere. I'm as far as we're talking locally. I'm all over the place when it comes to this.
Would you say locally, like you're the man? Like nobody's doing it like you? Would you say?
I can say nobody's doing it like me. Okay. You know, I would definitely not say I'm the only person doing it, but nobody's particularly doing it like me. Man. I have different styles of doing it, and I made sure, you know, what I do is bringing positivity. You know, and I try not to get mixed in with the bullshit because I definitely want to move forward greater beyond my city of Austin, Texas.
Absolutely.
But in the time that I am here, I want to make sure I shed as much light on
and get as much practice.
Yes, practice and pretty much, man, there's a lot of art out here in the city, man.
Yeah,
a lot of art that's not always exposed to people outside of us.
Yeah.
So what I did, you know, before because this is not my interview, this is yours, but just
Josh, talk. Yeah, it's a masterclass.
Yeah, it's a masterclass.
It's not an interview.
Okay,
this is a masterclass.
Man, let them say that, man. Let them say that, man. That's a fact. So when I started this, I wanted strictly to do battle rap.
Yeah.
I hated the fact that I love battle rap so much.
I wish my brother Jed was here right now.
Man, I wish too, man. Shout out to him, man. He shows love every time I see him, man. I hate that I had so much love for battle rap, but I couldn't express it with anybody around me.
Yeah.
Like, it was horrible. I wouldn't be like, man, did you catch this bar? Did you see this battle? And I can't do it with nobody. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do something to help people get into battle rap. And then it just chose, like,
so
man.
you became Smack almost in a way.
In a way.
Like the Smack of Austin, Texas?
In a way. So when I did my homework on Smack, past what I already knew from just watching stuff already, I said, damn, Smack started off with just grabbing the camera and just running on people and recording. And now, you know,
here you are.
You see where he's at. So, you know, those are some of my many inspirations from him to some of the people within that community from like Hip Hop is Real, 15 Minutes of Fame.
Yeah, I was on all that.
You know, I've definitely seen it. So I've gravitated to those naturally before even choosing this lifestyle.
Yeah.
So when I say this lifestyle chose me, that's what I mean by it. Like, I was learning how to do these things before knowing I wanted to do these things.
And guys, if you're listening, Josh just dropped a gem because that follows the quote, you don't have to chase what you can attract. Right? You don't have to chase what you can attract, because you just heard him say this lifestyle chose him. Keep going, Josh. That was amazing.
Okay, because I'm trying to write all your lessons down. I'm not gonna lie. I know this is filmed, it's documented.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to like, oh man, that was So, but back to what I was saying. So what I did was, I one day I had a conversation with my homie, and he was just like, well, you know, you should do a podcast.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, that sounds like a great idea. Well, what should I call it? And within 3 seconds, just la la la, chopping it up.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it literally manifested to, okay, well, let me just be in this game. Let me get comfortable on camera.
Yeah.
Let me practice being on camera every day. So I would drive to San Marcos every week, like at least once a week, go to his studio, and I would put myself on camera every day. I'm very uncomfortable on camera.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I study people like Dame Dash, where he says things like, the only way for you to grow is to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, things that you're not used to doing, and that's the way for you to grow. So I was like, well, I'm gonna force myself to be on camera. I'm gonna force myself to get into who Joe the Crook is, you know, and let people get introduced to them, and it manifested to, I want to show a little love to Austin artists.
Yeah.
Let me go to shows and just pop up and give them their just due. So watching Hip Hop Is Real all day, if you know how they doing Hip Hop Is Real, when you watch their videos, they're interviewing like battle rappers, but before the interview starts, if they put little clips in
like boom, boom, boom,
of people rapping or whatever. So I wanted to do that for the Austin artists.
Yeah.
Then it became into, oh shit, like Austin got some shit out here. Like, hold on, let me pay attention a little harder. That's what shout out to Jay Soldier, you know what I'm saying? I went to a smoke out and it changed my whole perception of what I was doing. I realized at that point, being at a smoke out, that my mindset on what I wanted to do was very small compared to what it can become.
Yeah.
So it went from me wanting to do battle rap to me covering the Austin scene. Now it went from me covering the Austin scene to, shit, this guy art, all types of art.
Yeah.
Art is more than just music. It's fashion, it's drawings, it's all types of, like cooking, people that create clothes, like everything's an art. So I was like, I want to cover art, particularly for black people.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to call it black. I call it urban art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Urban entertainment, however you want to call it. And again, it's manifested to here and it's still growing.
Yeah.
So where now I'm at the point where I'm writing scripts now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm at the point where I'm doing so much things, man. And one of the seeds that I want to say that was planted for me that I didn't recognize was planted was when you were doing your interviews with artists out here in the city. Very similar to what I do. Yeah. I always give the credit of, I do what I do, how I do it. I'm not the first person doing it.
Yeah.
And before I even wanted to do this, I used to watch you do this. Now, what will go on is, before I get into how I feel about those, because we're going to go through the origins of everything.
Yeah,
and
I'm a masterclass.
Yeah, I'm in masterclass. So we're back and forth sometimes. I hope y'all keeping up. Right now, you're having your experience of interviewing artists. What was your goal out of that? Like, what were you trying to get out of it? I have my own personal kind of input on how I feel about it, but before I even give that out, I kind of want to know what was the mindset when you were doing those things? What were you trying to accomplish?
My mindset, I was kind of bored actually. I was kind of bored actually. I don't know. I'm just like, me and my brother were always thinking about like creative stuff, and a lot of people didn't know at that time. Like I was hanging out with like Vlad, playing Vlad and like
say that,
like playing Vlad like Street Fighter at like gosh, what's his name, Eric Billinger's album release party. I'm playing Vlad at Street Fighter at Eric Billinger's album release party with Jacob Lattimore and Ro James and
slow down, dog. Slow down.
Others,
My man's name dropping y'all real heavy right now.
And,
man, go ahead.
Hanging out with like Sway and hanging out with like Narwar, and other journalism stuff and other journalists and stuff, and talking to I was talking to somebody, I can't remember right now, it'll come to me, but I was talking to somebody and they told me like, do something for your city that's like epic. And that's like something that you don't like always do, and like show me that you can like blow up fast. Show me that you can create something and blow it up fast.
Okay.
I forgot who told me. I know it was in New York, but I got back from New York and I did, like I said, like I didn't do interviews. People still think I did interviews. I didn't do interviews. I created a show.
Okay.
All my stuff had trailers. If you go back and watch, I do trailers.
Okay.
He's the mastermind behind like all the editing and stuff. I mean, we're creative directing it the whole time, but to me, I just wanted to like blow something up.
Okay.
in New York and like LA. I'm pushing forward for us. I do this stuff for the culture. That's why Dapper Dan always tell me like, yo, you pushing the culture forward. Because people, when you create something like in the industry, you don't see it like that. Like Mona Scott, she puts stuff on like Love and Hip Hop, and it's like drama and stuff like that. But it's not truly like real. You know what I mean? Like all the way.
Okay.
And it's like I gotta do something with people that's drama filled, but it's like your real life. But it's like interesting and it's entertaining. That's why everybody was on their seats the next day.
It was definitely entertaining.
Like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. Who is... So somebody's like... Because, a trailer would drop like on Monday, right? And then somebody on Tuesday would be saying something about the trailer. And that person on Wednesday is saying something about that person on Tuesday. And that person on Thursday saying something about the person on Monday, and so forth, so be it. But it was just right in front of your face. It was raw. It was visceral, and I was like, this is kind of, to me, it was like the only way. I was like, I'm going to give back, but I'm going to give back beneficial. Like people... In hindsight, they don't see it. That's why I'm getting to this. Before I go back in interviews, I'm about to drop some game again, since this is a masterclass, all right? Okay. Vision, right? Vision reaches beyond, and if you want to quote this is Ernest Holmes. Vision reaches beyond the thing that is into the conception of what can be. Now, imagination gives you the picture, right? Imagination gives you that picture, but vision gives you the impulse to make that picture your own. So I'm going to go back and say that again, right? Vision reaches beyond the thing that is into the conception of what can be. Imagination gives you the picture, but vision gives you the impulse to make that picture your own. So I like having vision. Einstein says imagination is the most important thing. Yes, but there's a level up from that. That's the mundane way of thinking. Like, oh, it is, because it is important. It's very important. But vision is where I'm trying to be, and I had a vision for blowing up Austin artists. So I gave everybody the proper platform in order for you to express what you want to say. I'm not editing anything, and I'm putting it out extremely quick, and I'm putting it out in the best quality, and I have the biggest audience to watch it immediately. Yeah. I'm just coming back from like being the most fashionable man in Austin, and that's in the whole demographic. So now I have people in New York watching you, I have people in LA watching you, I have people like in China and all around the world that loves fashion, and they're like, oh my God, because they see it as, you gotta see it like this, like as an entertainer, Like I might drop a music video like on Monday and like an interview on like Thursday and like a fashion article on like Sunday, Entertainment, like period. I'm not confined. Conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. Say it again. Conformity is the jailer, right? It's jailing you of your freedom. Conformity, when you conform, it's jailing you of your freedom. Conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. And growth is never by mere chance. It's the result of forces working together. Yes, you got to play by the rules, but be ferocious. Play by the rules, but be ferocious. See, everybody, this is the thing, Josh. Everybody wants to, live on top of the mountain. But all the happiness and growth occurs while you're climbing it. So when you climb on top of the mountain, don't climb on top of the mountain so the whole world can see you. You climb on top of the mountain so you can see the world. See, you want everybody to see you like, oh, I'm doing this and this. I wasn't visible in none of those interviews. I'm putting the spotlight on you. I'm using my platform to whatever you have to say, and after it blew up, which I knew because I had vision, then I went to New York for the Grammys, and people now had everybody was listening to everybody's music, you now had something to talk about. Everybody has a level playing field. Now you use that, you capitalize on that, you do whatever you want to do it. I'm just here to provide that service. I already know you guys are going to get mad or react this type of way, but we're in the masterclass, so we're dropping more game. Don Miguel Ruiz, right? Don Miguel Ruiz wrote the 4 agreements. Agreement number 2, he says, don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is the projection of their own reality, their own dreams. So when you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be victim of needless suffering. Let's break that down a little bit. So when you are immune, right? When you are immune, you won't be victim of needless suffering. So you won't be worrying like about what other people say and what other people think. Now drop some more game. This is a master class. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Right? Just going back and forth.
Hey.
Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Right? So I don't have time to worry about that. I have a destiny. I have a purpose. And also drop game again. This is the master class. By allowing your passion, whatever you're passionate about, whoever you are out there, wherever I'm speaking to, by allowing your passion to become your purpose, it will one day become your profession. Those 3 P's. Remember those 3 P's. Allow your passion to become your purpose so it can become your profession, right? If you allow that to happen for you in your life, then you'll start to scale past life really easy. But if you don't allow that to happen for you, you'll be stuck and you'll be stagnant. So now I'm in New York and I created the show and, they're talking about it in Austin and I'll come back side by side West to talk to you about it. If you see me in the streets, just say how you feel or whatever. So yeah, that was, if that's answer your question, Josh. That was like some of like the...
I almost don't even want to give my personal opinion on it no more, to be honest with you, because you kind of covered the shit. And you kind of just took it all away. It just, my opinion didn't matter. Your goal and objective, you actually did answer my question, because your goal and objective was completed.
Yeah.
You had the city talking, you had us all listening to each other's music. Now, how it's positive and negative,